Hello everybody! I am here today with a very special video to introduce you to my Notion Genshin Impact planner. Yes, I am that extra and I actually made a planner for Genshin because I spend all my time in the game farming. And I was struggling with the builds and the domains and everything. So I made this planner and I've been using it for a couple of months now, and I wanted to share it because it really has changed my life. This video is unfortunately not sponsored by Notion, but if any of you guys at Notion watch it by any chance, hello, I'm available for sponsorships. Just saying. This video will be divided into two parts. In the first part I will show you what the planner looks like and how it works, and in the second part I will guide you on how to set it up for yourself. You can find the timestamps in the description box if you're lost. Please share this video and this Notion template. I made it so that people can use it, and it's honestly such a useful tool. It's gonna change your life, you'll see very soon. Trust me on that, it's amazing. So, what is this planner exactly? Basically, it's a Notion board with several different views that I use to organize my characters' builds, my different teams. And it's really helpful because it lets me see really easily what domains I need to do, what bosses I need to fight, and which characters I might want to build. Most of my time playing in Genshin is spent by farming domains and upgrading my characters. And if you like to do that too, this planner is entirely made for you specifically. The planner I will show you in this example is the one I'm currently using. It's slightly outdated compared to the empty template we're going to use when we set it up in the rest of the video, because I was actually waiting to film this to update my own. You'll get the gist of it quite quickly anyway. So what does it do? The first view you get in the example template is the all characters view. I've checked the characters I want to play so that they appear in the other views. Characters that aren't checked, like Amber for example, won't appear in the rest of the planner even if I actually have her, because I don't plan on using her much, so there was no point checking her. In the team planner, which was the main reason I wanted this whole Notion planner, I can plan as many teams as I want with any character, and even the ones I don't have. And I can move them from team to team or even duplicate them all I want. It's really useful when I plan on pulling for a specific character. For example, Goro is not out yet as I'm recording this video, but I will give my firstborn to get him. So I'm definitely gonna have him at some point, and I can already plan teams around him. Same for Zhongli. I skipped his last banner for Klee, and I'm not doing that again next time he comes around. And I can already see myself spending a lot of money on him. The team planner is honestly, it's so fun to use. I spend hours thinking about teams. Also, it's really useful to make you realize that you can use characters that you haven't thought about at all. For example, I realized Xinyan, I had no intention of using her before, but I realized I missed a shielder in the Sayu team, and I went to check Xinyan for her kit, and I realized she has a bonus for physical damage, and my Sayu has a physical damage build, so they work really well together actually. That's also why I currently am building at least 10 different characters at the same time, and I'm always broke in the game. It's horrible. Next, we're going to the resin spending planner, which is the ultimate tool for how to decide on which character to focus on. Since last summer, I've leveled at the very least 15 different characters, and it's been rough deciding on any given day who to work on, honestly. There are 5 columns in the resin spending planner. The first 4 are for characters that actually need me to spend resin on them. And the last one is for characters that don't need any resin anymore, but that I haven't completely finished working on. Usually it's because they're missing a few artifacts or weapon levels, and I ran out of moras. It always happens. In the empty template that is available for you to use, there are a little bit more tabs in the board. It's because I realized I could apply what I use for the artifact farming planner to more aspects of the character's builds. Basically, they all work the same, so I'm just going to explain it with the artifact farming planner. You check that you want to spend resin on a given character, and then you tell the board on what exactly you want to spend resin on, so weapon, artifacts, character XP, etc. And the board will autofill the 3 different farming planners to tell you which domain is needed for the most characters, or which day of the week you should focus on. It's so handy, especially when you're farming domains for your support characters, because you can see if you need more emblem artifacts or more noblesse or more millilith, and often you can kill 2 birds with 1 stone because you realize, oh shit, I need to build Peido and Shanling and I don't know, Shinshou and Toma at the same time, and they all need emblem, for example. Or you want several characters with noblesse, then you can just go farm, spend your fragile resin on the noblesse domain, for example. Okay, so now that I've showed you everything, I know you absolutely need it right now, so let me teach you how to set it up. I'm gonna assume that you're not necessarily familiar with Notion, because I definitely wasn't when I started creating this planner. And I've struggled a lot. But you don't need to go too deep into Notion to understand how it works. What you're gonna need first is a Notion account. You can just create it for free, it's really easy. And you will need to go to the empty template that I provide in the description box. Once you're logged in, you're gonna go to the template and hit duplicate in the top right corner so that the template is imported to your own Notion account and you can modify it all you want. I also recommend you to duplicate the example planner, which is also provided in the description box, so that if there's anything unclear in this video, you can look it up directly on the planner and see how it works for yourself. The example planner will be the one I'm building in this video with you, so it will be completely updated, contrary to what I just showed you in my showcase before. Now let's see how to set it up with your characters. I really recommend having Genshin on your phone or tablet at the same time with Notion on your PC, so that you don't have to alt-tab all the time. I did it that way the first time, it was painful. The characters in the empty templates are organized by release, so it should roughly look like the character selection menu in the game, with the most recent characters at the top. If a character has been announced, you will be able to find them at the bottom of the list. The first thing you want to do is to check the team planner box for every character you have in the all characters view. Then you're gonna click on each one and put what constellations you have for each character. This is why having the game open at the same time is really useful. And now we're done with the all characters view. If you're lost, if you can't find a given character at any time, just go back to that view. They will be there. As I'm working on this video, 2 new characters have been announced, so I'm going to show you how to add it to your Notion once you're completely set up with it. I'm adding it to the empty template, so you won't have to for those ones. The characters are Yunjin and Shenhe, which I hope I'm pronouncing right because I haven't looked up the tones. What you want to do is to go to the all characters view and scroll to the bottom and add new and call it the way the character is called. And then I go to the wiki page of the character and I just right click and copy the image. And I go paste it in the main part of the page. And just that way, the character is added. Usually I also add the vision, so this will be a cryo vision. I add it to unavailable so that it appears in the team planner in one of the columns. And once we know what talent materials and boss materials this character will need, I will fill this out. But at that stage, they have been announced for an hour now, so I won't be able to fill this out. And that's it. And usually the very last thing you have to do is to reposition, because they zoom on the middle part of the picture so you can't see their face. But that's it. Now we're gonna go to the team planner. And the team planner is kind of impressive at the beginning, but it's actually quite easy to use, you'll see. There are 6 columns at the start. You can always add more later if you want. I will show you. The characters you've checked before should be either in the bench category for free-to-play characters or in the unavailable category. You can move them around and put them in the teams you want by just dragging them around really easily. You can also decide that actually you don't want to see a specific character and go uncheck their team planner box and never see them again, ever. That's completely valid. The infos that will show in the team planner can be edited in the properties tab at the top. You can check or uncheck properties as you see fit. By default, you will see the roles of the character, the notes if you wrote any, and their artifact sets. The most important thing to understand about the whole board is that all the characters in one view are connected to the characters in the other view. If I say I want Klee to have the noblesse set, I don't need to go update her twice, which is very handy, but it also means that you need to be careful when you're experimenting with team building, because you're actually changing the builds of your characters in all your planners, not just the team planner. So take that into consideration before changing stuff everywhere. When you're filling out each role and artifact set for each character, if you can't find something specific, you can always type it yourself and add it as a new option in the selection menu. I've tried my best to fill the different menus as much as I could, but I may have forgotten some things, or the game might have been updated since. It's the same thing if you want a specific role for a character that I haven't thought about myself. Just write it yourself and you're good to go. And don't forget that you also can add to your team planner the characters that have yet to be released, so you can plan ahead and have fun. If you want to create more teams than the 4 default ones, you can just type down the name of the new team you want to create in the team number field, and it will create another column for you to use that you can drag anywhere as well. You can also edit the names of the default ones if you'd like by clicking on the names at the top of the column. Just don't forget to click on Done when you've typed what you want. And lastly, if you want a character to appear in more than one team, you can duplicate them, but you should be careful to uncheck the copy from the resin spending planner if you do, or else your resin spending planner will become a giant mess. And I added a checkbox that you can use to hide the character from the all characters view so that it looks cleaner as well. Feel free to use it with duplicates. And now let's actually go to the resin spending planner so I can explain everything to you. For characters to appear in the resin spending planner, you need to check the little box for it. They won't appear if you don't. And don't forget that if you struggle to find someone, you can always find anyone in the all characters view. That's what it is for. Similar to the team planner, the infos that will show in the resin spending planner can be edited in the properties tab at the top. In the options for each character, you can pick what aspect of their build you want to spend resin on. As an example, we're going to build Aloy from scratch. My Aloy needs everything because she's only level 20, doesn't have a weapon nor any artifacts. So I'm gonna pick everything. Next, I'm gonna put her at high priority so that she appears at the top of the board. If she's low priority, she will appear at the bottom below any other character. Since I'm going to use her as a support, I'm going to give her a 4-piece Noblesse Oblige set. Then I'm going to go in-game and decide which bow I wanna give her. Then I'll pick what that bow needs as ascension materials in the weapon day option, and then the talent and boss materials should already have been filled, but that's only if I've done my job correctly. It shouldn't depend on you. You shouldn't have to fill out yourself. And now Aloy will appear in the columns of the resin spending planner. And also I have completely farmed, for example, for her character XP. I can uncheck the character XP option in the resin usage so that she's not in the character XP column anymore. So that way I can see better who I still have to work on and who's getting done soon. Also, if I find that I want to build another character and Aloy can take a back seat, I can always change the priority just as I want. And as I've showed earlier, if you have characters that still need XP for something but not resin anymore, you can still leave them checked for the resin spending planner and they will appear here so you know you haven't completely finished them yet. It's really handy because you don't end up forgetting anybody. And now we're going to look at the last 3 tabs on the board, which are the Artifact Farming Planner, the Talent Book Farming Planner, and the Boss Farming Planner. They all work the same way, and you don't have to do anything more than what you've done so far for them to work. The Artifact Farming Planner will contain characters that have the resin spending checkbox on, as well as the artifact option selected in the resin usage box. It's really important to have both. The planner will automatically sort the character with other characters of the same artifact set so that you will be able to see which domain to prioritize. If you see a column with a lot of characters in it, you know you need to farm that specific set. And it's the same thing really for the talent book planner and the boss planner, except that for talent books you need to say that your character needs talent upgraded. And for the bosses, it will be that they need character XP. And same thing, if you see a column that has several different characters in it, you know you need to farm that boss or you need to farm that domain. And now we're completely done. I think I've explained everything I could, but if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section and I will try to answer them as best as I can. Also, if you have any suggestion on how to make this planner even better, feel free to let me know. I'm honestly so proud of it and I hope that this tool will be useful to a lot of people, so please share it if you know anybody interested. I will keep updating this planner with future patches of the game for probably as long as I'm still playing, which, knowing myself, should be at least, at the very least, a couple more years. But you need to know that if you start using it now, you will have to manually add new characters every time they come out. And same for the materials and artifact sets. So either do it the same way I do and add the new options in the menu yourself, or you can always do as I did in this video and take the empty template again and fill it out with each patch. I actually used this video recording to completely update my whole planner that way. See what you prefer. I know I personally really enjoy filling it with data for some real reason. I find it quite relaxing. It takes a lot of time though. But since you're already nerdy enough to want to get a dedicated planner for Genshin, I bet you won't mind filling it out again in a few months. If you want to support me, I have a Twitch channel where I stream in French. You can always come say hello in English too if you want. I'd be happy to see you. This video is now over. Thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you very soon in my next one. Bye!